We'll see what he goes for. Yeah. I think the Emilio value is pretty high in this situation. There's a lot of stuns on the enemy team. And honestly, you know, we've been seeing a lot of Lucian Nami. I much prefer Lucian Emilio. I think the synergy with Lucian Nami was like how good the burst damage was with like Mandate and the one-item spike with like Gale Force and stuff like that. I think the more consistent pressure is there for Emilio. And I think this gives a lot more damage to the Lucian.
Either way, guys, we're ready to jump into game number 1. It looks like here the pause is gone. Let's hop onto the Rift.
We've never asked.
We've never confirmed. I've actually never watched his first-person view either, so.
Maybe we can get a first-person view this game. So playing for oh.
Uh-oh, perfect. Might have to flash this one with the pillar that is surely to come down here in a moment, as there it does go. They commit into that, as now the TP comes in. It's so very slow at this level, so basically doesn't do anything. Any
minute.
Yeah. Well, no flash. And Jarvan is here, but Perfect's so low, I don't know. As we get the flash coming down, but Lucid doesn't care. It's first blood going over to DK. That goes to Xiu. And now Cuz on the run has to flash himself. The big snip goes in as well just to push him out, and Lucid sticks around, gets huge value out of this Trundle early, which was the response pick. First blood on over. Here's the level 6. Perfect goes in. He's trying to take this one, actually, as he's just going to get solo kill. Perfect cannot take that. He was still level 5.
Like he has
It's just like, yeah, I think I got him.
Like Perfect, who's normally been so good at Rumble, especially considering, looking for Showmaker. I don't think they even come close to killing him though. They will get the flash. I guess maybe scared of BDD with a follow-up route.
Seems like Duckdom and Peter have come back a bit in this lane. Wall's going to be held up for the calling. Both junglers are here. And in goes Cuz, trying to turn on to Lucid, who does drop the subjugate, but no flash for him just yet, so easily turned onto. As now aiming as well, gonna have to flash and dash away from this one, but he still gets sniped down by Duckdom, and BDD is still here. He's just gonna take Beryl for a walk down the lane. And Beryl has flash, but there's really no reason for him to flash until the very moment to force BDDs. And the follow flash comes through for the easy pickup. I do wonder if he's going to delay his rod at all, because he should be able to get it very fast. Because he got 2 grubs already, and now he wants to group for the dragon. I don't know if they're going to get here on time, but actually looks like they might, as both of the bottom laners of KT are here at the same time. But Lucid's going in. He is going to commit for the dragon at least, as Peter going to hop on over. But now the fight is going to go in favor of KT. It looks like going to get the flash out here, as Peter now getting pretty low. And even an ult to be thrown out. KT now in a weird spot. Showmaker wants to get in with the taunt. He's going to catch both of them. And the follow-up here from Lucid, but the phase rush comes through. And KT do just get away.
He got caught out. So KT, they get a summoner advantage and disengage in the situation. Could have definitely gone worse. Now Duckdom in trouble, though.
Oh, is he? He's got a lot of teammates here. Peter is pretty low himself, but now Showmaker looking for the follow-up as engage Galio, not sure about that one. And now BDD coming in, the TP much faster this time from the Rumble, but he doesn't seem to have equalizer. So Perfect just comes here, and so does Xiu. And now a bunch of needles coming through. A very awkward fight from both teams, but now Peter and Duckdom taunted in the front line, and they get taken down. Showmaker very low, but the flash from Xiu to just assassinate the Jarvan. And that's another couple of kills for the Gwen.
They're so low, no equalizer available though. Perfect looking, but he's so scary.
I mean, he is incredibly aggressive on this one. You can see the fans are on a nice edge here, but the pillar comes down. Perfect. He's got flash, but he's not going to make any crazy moves. Went to Xiu, and now some vision here onto the Gwen. We're going to get the taunt down. There's the knockup from the Jarvan, but we got 3 people in here keeping Xiu around. This is going to be a big shutdown for whoever gets it. It goes over to Cuz, who is going to get a massive influx of gold.
Yeah. Look at the item difference between top laners. Like, I think Xiu is sitting on a lot of gold, so not really in a position to capitalize on that advantage. Looks like we're just going to get creative objectives.
It is a Chemtech soul, so yes, there are some shields, as we mentioned before, but it's not going to be huge value. And so DK just say, we'll take the Rift Herald instead. They even get a teleport out of Peter. He has Unsealed Spellbook, so really not the highest value. but does have the first item, as you mentioned, but not the greatest. This is going to be the turret to go down. They're actually looking for the kill here as well, as in comes Cuz, but just for peel, essentially, not really sticking around very long.
You know, BDD's nearly got his Saras finished. We just got the Ghost Blade picked up for Duckdam. If I was them, I'd feel pretty confident looking for a fight angle soon. We just got the Saras coming now for BDD. And they are looking for a fight.
They're going to catch Barrel, kind of awkward spot for him, as in goes Cuz, and immediately flashes away, as that's the other part of Jarvan. You go in, and Galio just ults on top, so...
Okay, when I said looking for a fight, I should have said looking for a... They should have been looking for a good fight. And it looks like they're not even going to get a look in on this Dragon. Like, I feel like Kate... Oh, Peter.
Yeah, he's in a really awkward spot here. He is Braum with Flash available, though, and Smite. He is going to get Cuz to block, and he throws his ult in, and now the counter engage comes in. The Q from the Melio not really able to stop the R, and that just gets the Flash here out of Lucid. But now the follow-up from Perfect, looking to get in there with his own Flash, but kind of another awkward engage. We do have Realm Warp, but BDD is here already. Cuz here with his Smite available. A lot of bouncing, and the Equalizer to come down. And now the turn onto this Otacon, and it's just given over. And wait, what was that?
Was that a Mega Cone?
I think so. Did someone just hit the Mega Cone?
I think he went for the steal.
Oh, okay. I mean, it was very late, though. Maybe he didn't have vision. I don't know. It just looks so weird. He's dealing more than a Lethality Varus.
Duckdam is about to hit Manamune as well.
Yeah.
So, like, KT are very strong. They're about to get stronger.
Yeah, and they're going to go for a fight right now. Not sure about the timing here, as now Cuz going to go in. He's quite low, gets burst down by aiming. And now Peter and the gang trying to get out.
No!
That is BDD in the middle of it, just going to flash to his Realm Warp and go straight into Shiu's open arms as he just takes down BDD, gets the shutdown as well. Talking about weird fights, we're just bouncing all over the place. Even Jonas Strong can't keep up.
There are some low health bars.
Yeah, Showmaker isn't here yet either. No flash, or no TP, no ults as well. Shiu taking a decent amount of damage, and now Perfect is going to try to get Lucid, but gets taken out. Okay, Cuz flag drags forward, and now not in the best spot. We do have the Realm Warp coming in. That is going to get them away, but the damage has been done.
Maybe they can reapproach.
There's no Equalizer, so Perfect just kind of shooting at them with some rockets. We get the engage from Cuz as he's just going to flag and drag away. That was onto a Gwen. And now Shiu, he's got the Zhonya's, as he will go Golden, but he has to flash away as well. And now a bit of damage going in on a Barrel, and he just gets blown away. And now a big taunt does come in, but the damage follow-up is not quite there. And Shiu also going to get burst to smithereens. The Varus doing insane amounts of damage, and so is BDD to everybody who walks up to him. So 2 kills to KT.
Lost a lot of power for D+ there. Now moving on to this. There is a Mega Cone for... Oh, the pillar!
Guys, no! Not like this! Oh, he just got dunked on by Lucid. And now you see DK, they want to fight this one. He just chomps Peter in the face. Lucid taking a, okay. Yeah, BDD is just insanely strong
the
right now.
knock-up, the
knock-up from the Baron! This is the weirdest game.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
no.
I do.
Oh, no.
Well, they're going to go in on a Showmaker here as he is isolated and burnt to a crisp. So now he's just going to get over the wall to his team. As now, Shiu going in. He's getting huge value with the needles. Perfect as everybody scrambles. And going in on the BDD now, 3v1. He is running so fast. Trying to get to the disengage cone. He's not going to get there. And actually, Lucid kind of engages with it as Duckdom hit it. A very messy situation. And KT are not getting the good part of it. As Shiu, he did so much damage in this fight, and he will get the final kill here as well. Looks like Cuz and Perfect get out.
Shiu getting chunked a little bit, but Peter taking a lot of damage in return. No shield now.
Yeah. No door, and yeah, they're just able to burst him down. Perfect again. He's got his Equalizer, but there's no really good spot to use it in. Aiming does take a huge amount of damage, but just dashes over the Equalizer. Shiu and Showmaker still in there. Wants to get that kill on a Perfect, and he will. He gets in, and he gets out. And, ooh, nice interrupt there from Cuz. Gonna save Duckdom's life. And that means that maybe Showmaker in a rough spot, as it looks like DK do not want to continue fighting this. But now BDD is making the fight happen as they go in. They're looking for more. The flash from Cuz and makes a couple more kills. And of course, This game had to go this way. Xiu in the mist, and BD steps in. Cuz takes the kill. It's an ace for KT.
And then we see BDD goes down, flashes in to finish off, goes for the all 3 members commit for the play. The flash follow, though, from Cuz was beautiful on aiming.
He got 1,100 gold from aiming? Did I see that right? That was crazy.
A lot of money. Yeah. Oh.
Ooh, the pillar in the calling does quite a lot. Looks like Peter not able to get on over there. Now we got the engage, though. Cuz goes in, goes out. And BDD is still pushing. He is not joining this fight yet. He's looking for an angle maybe with this TP, but they're stopping backs, and he's just pushing the base. Lucid gonna get caught out here.
Showmaker doesn't have TP as well.
Oh, he might just look to try to end the game if nobody can back. It's not like they have Baron empowered recalls.
The equalizer stopping them.
Nobody can back.
They're just chasing them down. What a play!
BDD's just gonna end the game. Unless you can somehow just flash on over and run to him.
Wait, they tried to TP, but it got cancelled. The TP got cancelled.
It doesn't work. We got the flash coming in from Xiu as he realm warps in with BDD. BDD ends the game. Game 1 goes to KT.
And guys, this is game 1. Game 1 of the series.
He wins the fight in bot lane, and then he pushes and wins.
Everyone on D+ was like split up, running away to try and recall, and all of KT fanned out to chase them down. Everyone had a target.
Yeah.
Everyone. It was like in football. Everyone had a mark who they were trying to lock down. It was meshes together pretty well, and it does look like it's going to be the Xayah. Not feeling too positive about this. Yeah, I think D+ pretty happy with how things have panned out. I will say that Jax doesn't feel too great into the Yorick, even though obviously Yorick is a lot about his shovel and he can block that auto attack. We've seen a lot of lane matchups go in favor of the Yorick, and later on it's a bit of a pain playing that matchup. But like Sejuani, Jax is such a strong combo. You kind of in the team fights, you have these backline DPS, you have the Renata that's so powerful. And I think you just get outranged so hard as KT. The Xayah has to kind of move forward to connect on someone who she really cares about. And she's dealing like so many threats, so many things that can CC her. I don't know, I think D+ got exactly what they wanted.
Some strong pieces, some synergies. We'll see if they can use it here in game number 2. And this game feels like they've put themselves in one of the best positions to do so. I say that as Peter's going to get a double knock up here, and already with BDD coming on over and helping, going to make this lane just a little bit easier. Yeah. Importantly, though, who's cousin? You said they didn't bring cousin.
Their cousin.
They didn't bring their cousin?
Yeah.
So he's going to have that. But already, baits it out, and now he's just Omega dead. Yep, nowhere for him to go. And it's first blood over to the Pantheon, Cuz excellently set up with Perfect.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Honda,
yeah, I mean, as soon as he counter strikes, he's so dead. Yeah.
Who's a Galio and grouping. Now, okay, that was very close.
That was tense.
Like, he doesn't really do anything.
Just flicking boogers at people.
Yeah.
Top lane going good.
All right, looking for it. Gonna miss. If that does hit, he's still looking for the play. Little ult on in, but the shield comes down. Yeah. And Showmaker, here comes Cuz with Nightmare. Not gonna happen. Probably should have just flashed for it, but maybe he just dies anyway if he does that. We'll see if that continues. We do have Cuz here. No ult, but he's got flash. Perfect. A bit tanky, but can Cuz get here on time? Perfect gonna try to flash on in as now Cuz gets here. And the phase call does come down as Beryl throws himself in. Bit of extra damage goes in on the Cuz, but
diving with
are there any
Kalista,
medium
Renata,
dives?
Sejuani. That is like the easiest dive possible with bailout and Kalista ult.
Well, the hostile takeover isn't going to hit anything. They're still going for the dive as Beryl's tanking this one up. Because takes a long time to be taken out, but they still get it done. So 2 kills over to D+ Kia.
KT been swapping and
Showmaker
chasing them.
Yeah, that's a Rakan. That is a targeted charm, essentially. And even Cuz was here with ult and flash and everything. And look at the damage on the mid lane turret. It was only Showmaker here. Tons of plates going the way of KT here in the mid lane.
And now Perfect, he's going to be able to pick up some plates here as well. About 5 seconds left, we'll get another. And look, 1,000 gold total from those plates. I think the play was smart. So this scuttle, will they contest? Ult about to be up from Peter.
Yeah, Lucid really wants the scuttle crab. Yeah. So he didn't even get it. That was weird, but very on theme for the series, I'd say. Mid lane turret is going to go down here. KT opening up a pretty huge lead this early in the game, 15 minutes in. I didn't see him do any spins, though, so I'm a little bit disappointed. As now, little engaged, but Renata is going to get a lot of value. Tons of damage into Lucid, though, as he is going to finally go down, as Shu does have a nice angle up there on the top side, but he's alone. And everybody's zoned away by Cuz. As Showmaker and Aiming not really able to join the fight. Cuz wants a bit more BDD as well. Gonna get the flash at a Showmaker for just his ult. Although Cuz has to get away as well. Little spinorama there from Showmaker to get out, but lots of damage done here to D plus Kia, and KT will take this objective. You just don't have any summoner pressure. You're never really getting summoners out, and so it just makes it so hard because you are so far behind. They got this Rift Herald, and the mid lane tier 1 is already down, so they just drop it into the tier 2.
For Doctams, that's a big cooldown not available.
Oh, flash on him, perfect, in a bit of trouble. He's going to try to flash away. Maiden is doing a bit of damage. The ghouls as well. No counter-strike for now, but he gets it back and just bops him on the head. Shu's got TP as well. They're just going to start this one off.
Only Shu has a level advantage on D+.
Little trap Renata, as Cuz is going very deep for this one, and he's going to just die. Not sure about that. As now BDD trying to get away here. Shu, he doesn't have the flash, so he's not quite able to get in. The peel is there, and a big root comes in from Duckdom.
You guys can just go Dragon, by the way. They don't have a jungler.
Or we're just going to flash on in and fight more, because that's what we do. Duckdom is just playing like an insane person, still has his ult, going in for the kill on a Lucid as he gets the callback and picks up the kill himself. Showmaker trying to do a bit of damage to Perfect, but they're all super low. The charm comes in, and now Shu is just gonna die. Meanwhile, on the right side, or on the left side rather, Aiming just dying for no reason to the two of them. Yeah, I mean, he's very far ahead of Showmaker in this game. 1,300, 400 gold.
In last game?
Last game. Peter's going in, he's going out, getting knockups on the Lucid.
Shaking it all about.
Yeah. He's doing the hokey pokey all over DK right now.
Oh, she would have been in trouble.
He's gonna go in, and immediately flashes out, and now BDD finds the angle. And that's going to get the hostile takeover here. This time Cuz in a much better position. Big knockups both ways, but guess who's ahead? It's KT Roaster. And they follow up on this one too. As one by one the dominoes fall, and the charm is going to hit as well. KT might just end the game here.
Huge team fight for KT. They find the kills. Gonna take this one to a 2-0. Long death timers. No way D+ are up in time to defend. And KT, we had a close series in the tiebreaker. This one not looking to be that way. Game 1 was a lot of back and forth, but this one, KT looking a lot more dominant.
Very dominant game here to KT from beginning to end, and they'll finish it off with a clean ace in the final team fights from the red side with a kind of wonky draft situation as well. Going to MSI.
But also, like, this is the only chance of D+ getting a real major dub for a long time, because if they end up losing this series, they go to the Rise group, you know, they don't get a chance to play a stage game against one of the top LCK teams for a long time, so...
Yeah. That's a hefty amount of poke. You'd always love to outrange the victor if possible, but how about outranging everybody? Cassiopeia is going to be locked, and we're going to get BDD's Cassiopeia. I can't remember the last time he's played this champ.
So much scaling coming out here in this game. It feels like, you know, the scaling was opted into early, and both teams just matched. And we're now getting into a situation where we are leaning heavily into the late game, and I feel like KT are going to have a bit of an earlier edge. There's some aspects, like the Kindred needs marks, really. It's the stacking rate of the small day is going to be an aspect, the leveling rate of the Ornn when we get into the later stages.
Alistair as well. A lot of playmaking potential here for KT. Let's see how it goes in game number 3.
And that's going to be the more important thing, rather than who has like a slight edge in the late game.
Peter went in for another auto, and he will live and get the ignite.
Yeah, Peter went Aftershock here, which is not that common for Alistairs. We've seen because everyone else is going to get stacks eventually. They're going to come through. Like, faster is better, don't get me wrong. But if Lucid might just not get stacks.
As we're getting some information, the last time BDD played Cassiopeia was 2022.
And we're just locked into the scaling, apparently, you know? We're just scaling.
Really looking forward to that. Should be a lot of fun. Lucid just going to face check into where he knew Cassiopeia was. But he is Kindred, and he will live. The ult comes down, and the laser gets him. The Drake still goes over to KT, but that's a couple of kills now over to DK. Perfect does not have his flash. It's a third Chemtech Soul in a row. And Perfect, very tanky, but I think eventually he just dies. And so 3 kills to DK, not half bad. Yeah. Definitely, okay.
Oh, aiming, whoa!
Aiming, skanking, over the wall. He picked up, I think, 2 or maybe 3 stacks. Here comes Sion, and now Barrel's dead. So, not really sure about that play, but, you know, aiming got 3 stacks.
They're now they are looking to fight for this. 4v5.
They don't have their Nautilus. It's gone. And now the ult comes down, and the Orin is just stuck on the Miasma. Finally gets out. Just barely as the sun doesn't come down, and now the counter ult does come down. Only his Sion.
Nice dodge.
Yep, good dodge. Bit of damage here from aiming. He's just collecting stacks. There's some more stacks. And yeah, nobody's actually fighting. Maybe able to go for Perfect though, as he is trying to run, but he's not quite able to run fast enough. So the kill goes to aiming actually.
Okay, I mean, if the goal was getting stacks, that was a huge team fight, you know, from D+. It was like, they got the trade back, massive, but also...
Not sure about that. Peril takes a big chunk already. Perfect, though, is getting chunked massively. Might have to flash out of this one as he goes in first, and then he goes out. Xiyu gonna come down here, but the smite should go. Yes, it will. Over to KT. Cuz throws down his circle, but a lot of low health bars here on the side of KT. BDD at least gets the 1 kill, but they have to abandon ship. It looks like Perfect might just be the sacrifice again. The Showmaker picks up yet another kill. Looking for a bit more backing on a ward right here. Is Duckdown. As, yeah, he might just die. 1 clap does it, and the flash over the wall, and Lucid picks up the kill. Still no stack as he only has 1 so far. And now he gets popped over to the side of BDD. It's KT. They're turning this fight around about 2 minutes later, continuing to go in onto Xiyu, who is desperately trying to get away. And might just be able to, Cuz continuing to go in. BDD still here, and now with the combo coming down, looks like Xiyu is just dead. And they even give that kill over to BDD.
Peter's trying to go to D+. Oh no, they're looking for Showmaker.
Uh-oh.
He's got it.
Nice flash. There it is. Flash comes in, and the Sentinel ult over the top keeps him alive. Looks like he was going to live anyway, but no damage really comes in. Now aiming, walking down very fast. And Barrel's gonna hook him in here. Not sure about that one, Barrel. As now he is being taken for a walk, and the ult comes down and is aiming! Aiming looks straight into the eyes of the snake and gets punished for it, and Showmaker gets baited. He's got 3 kills and 0 deaths, and Duckdom collects huge amounts of cash money. And it looks like they are gonna have the Alistair piloting this one. Not going to do any missing maneuvers here. As now, Xiyu goes in, and he just kind of dies. No follow-up. Gets burnt down, and Perfect is also getting burnt down, giving a bunch of stacks over to the Smolder.
He has hit his threshold, aiming very scary now. Right, we've been talking a lot about stacks, and how the person I put the most emphasis on stack-wise, the person I said really needed to have stacks at this point.
You got the Sion flank. And he's going to start running the opposite way. Nice little knock up here on Xiyu, who once again is just being bullied. So much damage coming down onto him already. At least he's able to get his ult off. He's in the Kindred, but Peter's in the back line, knocking everybody up. And now the follow-up comes in from KT. Lucid is dead. And Perfect just chases them down. Alongside of Peter, just going to taxi them out of this one. And the Dragon is up. And that will be Chemtech Soul for KT.
Oh,
and now they're sitting in mid! Their root's gonna come down and Aiming just dies for free. KT, they're going up, up, up on this roller coaster, and I don't see any signs of coming down yet.
Oh, this is...
Guys.
Just send it, send it, send it, send it. You gotta send it, you gotta send it.
Nope, they're backing away. They're turning onto the TP. This is a Scion.
Just kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him.
Yeah, they might be able to. He's gonna ult out of the stun, and he is supremely tanky.
Yeah, they do no damage.
And now Xiu is taking a lot more on the left side here. He might be able to get his ult off, which does a decent amount, but you can see the rest of DK is just running away. And now that Miasma is down, Xiu didn't even have flash. The follow-up from Peter is huge. It is going to keep them around. Big ult comes through from Beryl, and now you've got them in place. At least the one kill does go their way. Nice look away from Lucid, but that is going to be the ult down from the Kindred, the ult bot. The follow-up hook from Beryl is big, but it's onto a Scion, and that is not going to be big at all. And now the follow-up here on a Lucid. Look at the range right now from the Senna. Just turreting them down. The highlight series, but you know, he played well still. He's just not put in that position that he was in the best of 3. And now, once again, Xiu's kind of the bait in the front line. Soren ult could be good. It's going to hit BDD at least. And now we have a bit of damage coming down. The Nautilus ult out of BDD as well is going to zone him away for quite a while. But now we got the flash in for perfect. Trying to engage, and Beryl just going to be chopped away at as he gets taken down. Big stun onto 3, and now Peter going to go down. That's going to make this Chaos Storm quite large, and KT is going to dodge all that and just run away. Elder Drake is now live, and the burn is beginning to hurt here from the side of Aiming. That's a huge one. And you do see some healing does come in from Duckdom, but DK now positioned here on this objective.
Yeah, a decent amount of poke, but the problem is there's so much sustain from KT. Xiu needs to be so careful.
Yeah, he's going to get slowed up there at the end there as well. Just barely gets away.
Center sustain is getting so much work done. Oh, Lucid, do not.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We got the angle, the Mega Cone, and he gets ulted and taken down. A bit of damage does come out from Aiming and Showmaker. They've still got mana, but the sustain that you mentioned and blue buff here for KT, BDD, is going to get out of the stun. Pretty important. And now we got the wraparound. We got the wraparound once again. He's not going to hit anything except the wall, and he should be going down here. So now KT in a weird spot. Beryl respawns, as does Peter, but still kind of a wonky one. The Elder spawned while KT had the Baron. And now engaging onto the Ornn. That's a good one from Peter. Finds the front line. And Lucia going to be forced to ult early. Aiming, trying to run out of the ult. He's going to be pulled out of the stun, but still Aiming goes down. And now it seems like the dominoes will fall again as 4 members go down for DK. KT looking to push in towards Showmaker. Not even going to look at that Elder Dragon. And Aiming did 8k damage, and it still didn't matter.
Still not enough 8k damage. Half a perfect health bar, apparently. KT able to hold on strong. Gonna finish this one with a 3-0 and start their run through the gauntlet towards Busan.
Yeah, I mean, KT looking like a very scary team after this one. Not sure how much of it was their great play and DK's not so great play, but it's still a 3-0, a clean one. Nothing to see here going at KT Rolster. Their first spot in the gauntlet is secured.
In the AD carry roll.
Whoa!
One down.
Get a shot of the DK guys. Sniped through the heart by Duck the victory. And
wait, KT won?
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to see like healing done, by the way, by Dr. Because yeah.
Yeah, we need more stats. We need more numbers, Ox. Just didn't matter in the end. BDD dies only 3 times over the course of 3 games.
I think
very obvious one here.
I think you could have locked in POM after game 1. And then game 2 and game 3 were like, yeah.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Dear for the POM interview translation, joined by BDD on the side of KT Rolster, who just advanced to round 2 of 2025 Road to MSI. You defeated DK again and will move up to round 2. How do you feel? As of today, I knew that we might win, but it makes me even happier. I feel great about winning with a 3-0 score. And it was a rematch against DK after that tiebreaker 3 days ago. And the only difference was that today was a best of 5. So what did you mainly focus on? After winning the tiebreaker, we noticed that, DK would have a hard time,
부분이 없어서 그런 부분을 좀 준비 많이 했던 것 같아요.
psychologically, really, like just their mindset. And I think we would just have to win through just getting better draft. And you are so amazing on Rise. In LCK rounds 1 and 2, you have an 8-win, 1-loss record with Rise. So with the much higher win rate with Rise now than before, how did you do it?
가니까 좀 세더라고요. 그래서 뭔가
I think Rise, when you just go with damage, he is just so strong. So I just felt like Rise has become such a good champion. And in game 1, we got an awesome backdoor. So let's take a look at that moment.
어떻게 이런 결단을 내리신 걸까요?
We want to know how you made this call to go for the Nexus. We knew that the enemy didn't really have the edge here. I think they tried to rush. And maybe they panicked a little bit. And we were really good at defending. My teammates did a really good job fending them off.
그 판단이 옳았죠.
And they were all just chasing. And that was the right decision. Were you just sure that this was the right decision? No, at top, because it looked really good for us, the picture was just laid out, so I knew that this would be a really good opportunity. It's the end. It's over. Nice. Even after watching it again, what an amazing highlight. Let's give it up for BDD. And in game 2, against Azir, you picked Ari. There were some crucial moments during team fights, and you landed your charms to win those team fights. How do you normally keep yourself composed in these moments? No, there's no secret to it. I think it's just that today we just had a really good game, and I felt like my skill shots were hitting really nicely. And in game 3, your choice was Casio. And she was last played by Quad in last year's Worlds, so what made you pick her? Because the enemy, we knew that they would pick Victor. And I ended up going for, a champion that may not be the best out of all the options, but we were just looking for winning team fights in the end. And the enemy picked Victor and Smolder to create a high-value comp. But KT had the upper hand in team fights for the most part. So what was the main plan? I think in the middle of the game we had some mistakes, and the enemy definitely had high value, so it didn't make the game very easy. But I think we were just really thinking and talking about landing our combos, and that we could actually end up winning team fights through that. So what do you think the next round's key point will be? Nongshim, they don't have a very unique, outstanding color or anything like that, so I don't think it's going to be too different. And tomorrow, you will meet Nongshim for round 2. And they were actually cheering for you guys last week. And you have to win in order to head over to Busan. So would you like to say anything to Nongshim? No, because of Nongshim, we walked down a pretty rough path. And I will end them. And that's the end of the interview with BDD. Congratulations again, and back to the space. Thank you.